Welcome back, once again adventurers, to Let's Play Biohazard Real Survival. In the last episode, Jill Valentine was navigating most of the second floor of the west wing of the mansion and had stumbled into a library of sorts, wherein she found a scrapbook containing detailed newspaper articles concerning the Arklay murders, which the S.T.A.R.S were investigating prior to the events of Biohazard and the mansion incident. And we've also stumbled upon something rather interesting. In the distance near the dormitory building, there is a helicopter port, which we can hopefully rendezvous with the surviving S.T.A.R.S members, and possibly contact Brad Vickers, who is still flying around in the night sky with the helicopter that we need to escape this nightmare. But first we have to get to said helicopter port, which is easier said than done, and second we have to make it, and hope that we do indeed have a way to contact Brad before he runs out of fuel, because that helicopter isn't going to be flying around forever. We also picked up a MO disk, which I believe stands for magnetic optic disk or operatic disk, since it's an operation startup disk, as Jill has noted here. And I believe that's it. That brings us back to the present. Two things that I need to apologize for is, first of all, the length of time between this episode and the previous episode. I believe I uploaded that episode, which was episode 11, in either August or September. It is now December, several months since that time, and for which I entirely apologize, because once again busy things have been cropping up here and there, and I haven't been able to be entirely as consistent with the secondary LP series as I have with the main series, but the main LP series has still been consistently smooth in terms of uploading to the channel, which is a positive thing. And second of all, speaking of the last episode, I apologize for the lack of commentary in there, because I've been having a bit of trouble with Bandicam, which for some reason is chosen not to record the commentary that I had at the time, but you can still see what's been happening in the previous episode of during the case of the mansion incident and the Arklay murders. That's I believe that's an ink ribbon that you don't need. But I was looking at my map earlier, so. As you can see, there's our location on the west wing of the mansion's second floor. There's one final corridor, that big long winding corridor, which possibly contains at least a couple of zombies lurking around inside. So, but we have the means to deal with them easily enough. The only question is getting to that other room by the stairs, which I believe that area is currently being guarded by hunters, which are definitely more annoying than zombies. And speaking of rooms, the first floor on the west wing of the mansion is also crawling with hunters as well. And well, no choice but to keep exploring, I suppose. Fortunately, we still have the means of getting back to the first floor, circumventing the hunters by going through the basement area and using Barry Burton's trusty rope, which I hope hasn't been completely sabotaged by means of the elevator over here. We do have the battery that was in this room here. I'll just show you it again, just in case. In which we could actually now use the elevator in the... what is that? Oh... Oh, boo. I might have to use this herb. Yeah, Waste of a herb, I know, but I will not say no to... I've decided I won't say no to bazooka rounds. And is there anything else that... No, nothing. Never mind. Extra grenade rounds for the for dealing with hunters is always a good thing. I believe this is the final area here. There is a zombie over here, as I thought, and herbs. Lo and behold, herbs. I might come back for those. I don't know. There's there are zombies over here. There's one zombie over here. Oh, and you're alive. Oh. Yeah, probably should have dealt with you. There's a door over here, which is locked. We want to go through there anyway, but since I'm doing manual reloading, as this is real survival, I shall do that. Waste of a shotgun shell, I know, but I'll come back for those herbs, because I think I have the means in order to do so. Speaking of herbs, and speaking of the west wing of the mansion, I believe that I've got some herbs stored downstairs in the western save room, which I may end up going back for just in case, because after all this is still real survival, therefore no universal item boxes for me. Make it all the more challenging. And we're back down in the basement. Oh, this ominous music, which still sends shivers down my spine, especially when I first heard it the first time around. But fortunately there are no zombies down here, or spiders, or hunters, or anything. You can run through here unimpeded. Back through the piano room, and back downstairs to the eastern save room, just in case. And the rope's still there, which is very good. Well, we are essentially almost done with the mansion. There are just 2 or so areas that we desperately need to actually go into, because while we can essentially leave the mansion now, leaving now would actually be somewhat stupid, and I do not want to go in that door. Instead, I want to go downstairs. But I will have to go back upstairs sooner or later and go through the dining room. I have a plan, after all, a strategy to hopefully get through unimpeded by the hunters. Hello, item box. This won't be the last time we will see you. Make some space, and there's the battery there, and I should combine the magnum rounds, but can't use them since we don't have the vaunted magnum in question. Explosive rounds, there we go. Alright, we are now ready to deal with some annoying hunters. For now, anyway. I'm going to be using quite a bit of ammo dealing with hunters. If I can preserve any ammo, I will, if the situation demands it, but if I have to use ammo in order to get past the hunters, then so be it. Ooh, and there's a hunter. Oh. Oh. Oh my word. Well that didn't go especially well. Yep, running back like coward. But, I think I do have a green herb that I can access from this, from here. I do need to retrieve the other ones. Sorry for the, rather stale, lackluster commentary right now. I'm just focused on, surviving the hunters. I think that one is the, there we go. Ready for wasting ammunition. If I can just make it to the other save room, then things should be alright. But I'm not holding my breath on that one. It's never easy when it comes to hunters. Really wish I'd cleared out this room earlier. No hunter waiting for me around the corner, which is good. Same can't be said for the other side of the mansion, because there are hunters all over the place on this side of the mansion. Which side are you on? You're on... Oh, there are two of them. Oh. Oh, I have to reload. Probably could have been able to run past that hunter. If only. Get it through that door before the other hunter shows up. I am probably about to bite the big one here. Fortunate. Oh, that was fortunate indeed. Well, there was only one hunter here. I've used the helmet key. But before I go through there, I'm going to go through this door, which is the door we couldn't get through before. But since Barry gave us a passcode, if I can use it. Numeric key panel. You've entered the passcode, or the pass number I should say. And where does this door lead us? Well, you should already know the answer. Thought I heard a zombie back there. It leads us back here. Back in this area. But, for some reason, that passcode is actually completely, useless, considering the fact that, we can just circumvent it anyway by going through the basement, which we did. And I'm now going to use these herbs because I do not want to die by hunters. There's a blue herb, we won't need it. Only in the case of being poisoned, but I don't see us being poisoned in the foreseeable future. Probably switch to shotgun now. Yeah, I'm a bit rusty since it's been a while. And it appears we're in another sitting room. There appear to be a lot of sitting rooms, but this sitting room has a couple of goodies on the shelf, and there is something on the table here. Another file. Orders. Top secret. July 22nd, 1998. 2:13. To the head of the security department. X day is approaching. Complete the following orders within the week. That sounds entirely ominous. 1. Lure the members of S.T.A.R.S into the lab and have them fight with the BOW in order to obtain data of actual battles. 2. Collect 2 embryos per BOW type, making sure to include all species except for Tyrant. Now this is truly an ominously revealing file if ever there was one. That basically means that our arrival at the mansion wasn't entirely unexpected, as we'd originally first thought. Well, it was unexpected for us, but it seems that someone on the outside clearly intended for the S.T.A.R.S to arrive at the mansion during the Arklay murder investigation. In other words, this has all been staged from the word go. Also, what is Tyrant? 3. Destroy the Arklay lab. It's supposed to be Arklay, but there was a typo there by whoever wrote this, including all researchers and lab animals in a manner which will seem accidental. White umbrella. So, not only were we lured here under false pretenses, we are basically being used as combat guinea pigs for the creatures stationed here or kept here at the mansion. And it appears that the laboratory itself is to be destroyed as part of the cover-up. White umbrella. Well, we're already familiar with the fact that Umbrella is the name of the pharmaceutical company that is based in Raccoon City. White Umbrella is a division of the Umbrella Corporation. Truly ominous indeed. But, silver lining, we have shotgun shells, and nothing useful. That on, I believe that on there is useful. It is not an ink ribbon. It's another set of Magnum rounds, which is incredibly useful. There's a fireplace over here and another set of movable stairs. Also, it's as if it's alive. Oh, those are birds. I thought they were guns for a moment, but maybe they are. If I can just get behind the stairs and push them properly, push them in front of the fireplace. Seems like we can examine stuff on the wall, so let's examine this deer's head. Or a elk or a moose. Nothing important. Well, it doesn't appear like we can do anything else in this room. Rather quaint if I do say so myself, but there is a light switch here. Will we push it? Yes, we shall. Let's see what that does. It's incredibly dark, but for some reason the head of the deer or moose is glowing. Let us have a look at that. Will you try and take out the eyeball? Yes, we shall. What do you know? It's the red jewel. Of course we'll take the red jewel. With that in hand, we can now see what else the tiger statue downstairs can do. Although that being said, we still have to go through a plethora of hunters. I am not looking forward to this in the slightest. But hopefully if I'm quick enough, I can make it to the save room before I end up getting decapitated, because I can't kill you. And there is a hunter! Oh my word, there is a hunter. He's camping under the stairs, he's not doing anything, and that's a blessing. That is a blessing indeed. I'm going to have to deal with him some point. And am I glad to see that I kept this ink ribbon on the bed here, because I am going to save. I am going to save like no one's business. Never hurts to save when you're going up against hunters. Did I mention that I'm not fond of hunters? Like, virtually the same as every other Biohazard. Anyone who's ever played Biohazard, aka Resident Evil. Oh, I'm... I'll take one green herb. I might store away the bazooka for now. I will have to come back for it though. Before I leave the mansion, otherwise it's going to be problematic. Come on. Oh, the timing on those shots could not have been better. This could be bad, but I'm not saying no to a free shot with a hunter. Oh. Oh. Oh my word. Oh, that was almost a decapitation right there. That was almost a decapitation right there. Oh, I'm taking that. I'm using that lone green herb, and I'm taking the other mixed herbs. This could be bad. This is incredibly bad. But I'd have to fight that hunter. I'm definitely going to have to fight that hunter. That's one hunter down. Ooh, surprise attack. Oh, run. Go, 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 go. Probably not a good place. But still here in the tiger room. Let's see what that tiger statue has for us. Will we take the Cold Python Magnum? Yes, yes we shall. That is the last we shall ever see of the tiger statue, for we have no more use for it. I'm going to have to use a herb, because I know how ruthless hunters can be. Probably shouldn't have used the herb. Oh, probably should have used the herb. Actually, if I can get past that hunter, probably should have done that beforehand. Oh, and there are hunters here. There are hunters here. But I don't have to waste ammo on them. That, I believe, is that. We have the most important thing that we can at this point, which is the Cold Python Magnum. That's what I've been waiting for. It is definitely what I've been waiting for. Now it's time for some more item management. Definitely some more item management. Because I'm going to have to go back for that bazooka. Wonder if there's anything else that I need from that other save room. Goodbye, hunter that I don't need to fight. I'm just gonna leave you to wander the mansion forever, as if you were a wandering zombie. Since we dealt with the hunter downstairs, I don't have to worry about it loitering around down the in front of the door. Oh wait, there were 2 hunters down here that I dispatched with relative ease. Okay, that was a bit of a lie on my part, but as you all witnessed. Get around the stairs and into the save room. Shame that I had to use that S.T.A.R.S, but I did not want to get decapitated. Let's see. There is this lighter in the bazooka, the grenade launcher, so that's what I shall take. Don't think I need the lighter anymore, if at all. So back up I go, back to the other side of the mansion. And then it is high time that we actually departed once and for all. Could have gone better than I'd expected, and that hunter's going that way, which is fortunate. Let's get out of here before he changes his mind and turns around again. Not going downstairs whatsoever, because I do not want to fight enemies anymore, because I actually have no reason to. There will be enemies later on, at the destination which we actually intend to go. But for now we are in relative safety, for the time being. That won't last, unfortunately. But I would actually say that I'm making relatively decent progress right now, to say the least. But here's hoping my luck holds. Once again, I apologize for my rather lackluster commentary, but I'm running out of things to talk about this time being. But one of the things I can talk about is the fact that we basically now have, essentially we now have 26 or 24 Magnum bullets. I think, I'm pretty sure that is what we're going to get for the moment, and I actually need to think about what I actually need to take with me. I need to take the battery, that much is given. And what else do I need to take? I think I left the crank in the, in the dormitory. I will go back for it. Actually, don't think I need the Beretta at this point. Well, I will actually need it for dealing with the dogs, but I'm actually going to take the time to save again. Another save. I'm not doing speed runs with this, since this is real survival, so that's the way I roll on this LP. 7th save. Once again in the mansion storeroom on the first floor. I believe that is it for this episode of Let's Play Biohazard Real Survival. When we return, adventurers, we shall finally set ourselves in motion and prepare to depart the mansion for good as we make our escape from the estate. As always, adventurers, until next we meet.